everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to cook a recipe that I created myself last weekend. It's called NASS Goulash. I cooked it in the hotel room. I had shown you in a previous video on a little thing for me and my friend Michelle. Basically, I wanted a recipe that had everything you need when you really burned a lot of calories. I wanted a lot of protein in there. I wanted a lot of good fiber in there, a lot of veg, so everything that's packed into one hearty meal. And what I came up with was this recipe. So let's get started. Let me show you what we're working with. Okay, so it's a very simple recipe with very simple ingredients. First, we got ourselves red bell pepper. We got a yellow pepper. Got a full onion here. Okay. Then I've got some leftover steamed broccoli. You can use fresh broccoli. Just note that if you use fresh broccoli, you're going to want to throw that in with the other vegetables when you first start cooking. This is steamed, so I throw this in when I throw in the beans, just so it doesn't overcook it. Then I'm going to use some Goya. You use whatever brand you want. Small red beans. Make sure you rinse these. I'll be rinsing these good because they have a lot of crap and a lot of preservatives in there. You don't want to bother eating. So rinse that off good. Then I'm going to use as my pasta this stuff right here, which is a whole wheat pasta. It's very healthy, very tasty, very good stuff. So that's it for the main ingredients. Then we're going to have, of course, we're using a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to do the vegetables up. And then, of course, for spices, we're going to rock out some parsley, some chili powder, give it a little kick, some paprika, some ground red pepper, some whole oregano. Okay, love oregano. And then, of course, some cracked pepper and some salt. I almost forgot one of the most important things, some carrots. They give a nice texture to it because after all the other vegetables are cooked, these guys stay a little bit crispy and gives a nice texture to the dish. Turn the heat on to probably a medium heat, maybe a little lower. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Okay, I'm carefully just going to drizzle that over the top so I can kind of mix that in a little bit. Just about 2 tablespoons, maybe a little more, it all depends. Then just kind of make sure you kind of coat them up a bit. I'm going to throw the lid on here now and let these guys kind of self-cook with their own moisture for a while. I'm actually going to do about 10 minutes before I even come back and check on these guys. They do take a while. You're going to know they're done. So they're still a little firm. The carrots are a little crunchy still. Maybe 15-20 minutes at medium heat. Make sure they steam thoroughly good. Okay, and at the same time I'm going to add about half of that box, which would be about 6 ounces of pasta, into some boiling water, salted boiling water. The salt keeps it from sticking together. Okay, pasta's done, and we're just now kind of waiting for the vegetables to soften down. See how they're doing? Ooh, looking good. Looking good. A few more minutes, and then we're going to start adding the broccoli and the beans. Okay. The veggies are right where I want them. So now, I'm going to add in that broccoli I had. Now remember, if you had regular fresh broccoli, you'd have added it in the beginning. I'm using steamed broccoli, so now I'm going to mix that. And it's about half of one of those steamer bags. I love that stuff, it's so good. I'm going to mix that in. I'm going to throw in my can of red beans. Now I've rinsed these nice and thoroughly. And throw those bad boys right on there. Once the beans are mixed in, I like to throw the lid back on for about 3 to 4 more minutes so those beans really have a chance to open up and really soften up and not overcook. So 3 to 4 minutes like that. And also what I'm going to do is I actually forgot to mention in the beginning the 2 secret ingredients, the main key ingredients. We've got our a can of tomato sauce and then a can of tomato paste, okay? Okay, it's been a few minutes. Let's see how we're doing. Oh yeah. You can see those beans kind of starting to split open a little bit. That means they're just perfect. Alright. It is time to add all the fun stuff. The entire can of tomato sauce. A nice big scoop or more of tomato paste. Parsley, I'm going to go about a tablespoon of parsley. Looks about right. About a tablespoon, so. Oregano. I like to dust the entire top. Ground red pepper. Paprika. Chili powder. This guy, I use gingerly because I'm not a super hot guy. I like a little bit of kick. But you can add as much of that as you like, obviously, if you like a big, thing. Then some cracked black pepper, some salt, and we are seasoned up, and let's mix it up. Okay, we got that nice and mixed in. It's time to add our pasta. So I just like to add it in slowly by just scooping it out. I rinsed the pasta earlier. Kind of start working it in slow. Takes a bit to coat because you don't have a ton of sauce, just enough sauce to give the flavor without actually, being like a soup. Too many people, I think, when they do Italian or they do like homemade goulashes and stuff, they'll dump a whole jar of sauce into something and it'll be like a soup. You really just want to have enough sauce to kind of coat everything in the pan, because then you can really focus on all the flavors and not just have it drowned out by the sauce. There we have it. That's NASS Goulash. Now, portion-wise, I'd say this is about 4 portions. Bear in mind, everything's in one spot. If you just like a mountain, it may be good enough for 2 people. If you want a little bigger salad, then a little less, but that's how it goes. And then for serving, this is Matt's NASS Goulash. I hope you enjoy.